world, my name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to another YouTube channel video, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again. And in today's video, we will be discussing the episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier Truth. And let's not waste much time and get started talking about the episode, shall we? Now, for me, the best thing about this episode is really just the characters. I thought that the way they dive deep into the characters, whether it's diving deep into more of Isaiah Bradley's story, or diving more into Sam's family stuff that's going on with the boat, I thought that they used that stuff very well. And now let's just talk about it. We can't just end there. We gotta talk about the episode. So really the episode kicks off when John Walker, he runs away because he's ashamed, because it's he's all bloody on his neck and everywhere and stuff like that. And he's not processing this like a normal human being. He literally just killed someone in the streets. And he's mad about that he didn't listen to his friend, and it's shocking to hear that. And then that's the thing, the characters in this episode are just so crafted very well. And then of course the fight with Sam, Bucky, and John Walker is just fantastic. I heard some people they said that it was it had the music from Civil War. I'm not really sure I heard that because I was focused in on the action rather than just the music. But that fight was really good, and I felt like we could have gotten that I wanted that to be in kind of episode 6, because that's kind of what everybody wants, right? This show's about the two sidekicks of Captain America. And we want them to fight the Captain America that's not good. And so I felt like they should have saved that fight for basically later. But it was still a very good fight, but I kind of, if they were gonna have this fight in this episode still, kind of wish, honestly, I don't think this fight should have been in the episode at all, but it was still a very good fight. And then you also get back to the Air Force Base. Torres basically is telling Sam all of this stuff with the Flag Smashers, and that Carly Morgenthau is hiding somewhere. And so Sam leaves and takes the shield only, and Torres is hey, you forgot the wings. And then Sam's you can keep them. And that's when you know that Torres is going to be the next Falcon. And from right there, because if you've watched reviews of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 1, when Torres was introduced, we know that it was going to lead somewhere. If you know Torres from the comics, you probably know that Torres is going to be the next Falcon, and Sam Wilson is going to be the next Captain America. So it makes it for a great dynamic there. So then we also get with the Flag Smashers, and I thought the stuff that they did with, with them, I felt like whenever we went to the Flag Smashers in the episodes, I was alright, this is boring. I felt like when they were only on the action sequences, it was interesting, but when we got to them, they just felt kind of boring and bland. I mean, they looked cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. Super soldiers as a family, that's awesome. But it's hard to understand their plot, which we'll get into the back. But when they team up with George Batroc, this is something that I actually kind of wanted, but I didn't really, I wasn't expecting it, because if you've seen George Batroc in, like, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, he didn't come back for the rest of the movie. He was only really in the opening sequence. Granted, he was in a little video clip that Alexander Pierce was showing Steve in the movie, but he didn't like fight back with Strike and Hydra and everything. He was just there in the opening sequence. And so it's kind of weird to do something new with him when like, it doesn't make sense to me. So that's a little bit, but I'm still very excited to see him team up with the Flag Smashers and him go at it with the new Captain America. And also, when we dive into Isaiah Bradley's character, once again, in episode 2, I thought that in episode 2, I felt like the exploration that we learned for Isaiah Bradley in episode 2 was a lot better in this episode, but the stuff that we learned in this episode is still very good. It's just, you could see the tragicness that he has gone through those 30 years, as he was the Black Captain America, as he was one of the people that had to stop the Winter Soldier in the Korean War. And it's like, this is tragic. And it kind of felt like a documentary at some times, because of all the tragedy that he's been through. It's like, this man's been through a lot. Like, it's so tragic, and it's like, it's heartbreaking. But I like the stuff that they did with him. It's very powerful, but the stuff in episode 2 felt more powerful. Just felt more powerful. Also, I actually had a theory. So people were talking about that there was gonna be this there was gonna be this character that in episode 5 that had some relations to do with Thor, or something, to team up with Thor or something like that. And the character that I thought it was gonna be was New Master 69. If you don't know who that is, it was actually the guy, Aaron, the IT guy from Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which we found out that it was New Master 69 in the new Xbox trailer. If you just look it up, New Master 69 revealed, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier Xbox trailer, it'll say it there. Because if you know, New Master 69 was introduced by the scene in Avengers Endgame where Thor, Korg, and Meek were playing Fortnite. And if you really think about it, New Master 69 is really the only one that's connected with Thor, and that has been in a Captain America film. And since this is basically a Captain America based series, there's no other person that could come in here that could find whatever. It's not New Master 69. It's actually this girl from the Seinfeld show. I don't really know who that is, but it's occurred to be some member of S.H.I.E.L.D., somehow Nick Fury's girlfriend, and then she's also Madam Hydra. So she's also a member of Hydra, which I didn't know how they would bring her into the MCU. I thought they would have a big role for her, but pretty surprising. And then when they get to the scene where John Walker visits Lamar's parents, I thought it was actually a pretty nice sequence, because even though it's heartbreaking to show what Lamar meant, what Lamar thought about John Walker being Captain America, being by his side. Of course it has that stuff, but you really just kind of feel John Walker's evilness. How he's telling all these lies because Nico did not kill Lamar. Carly Morgenthau did. And he could only kill the Flag Smashers that he could see, and he had to do what he had to do. It wasn't his fault. He had to kill someone that killed his friend, and yeah, so I totally respect of what, I mean, obviously I don't respect of what he did, because it definitely ruined the theme of what Captain America really is, but just the lies that he told Lamar's parents is just, I hate the way they did that. Well, I mean, I hate love it. That's what I meant. And then when we get to the boat sequence, it's just very funny. First off, it has, because it takes place in Louisiana, it has this like Louisiana music that I actually really enjoy. And, you know, just having Sam's community just work together, it kind of finds something new to do with this universe, and I think it works in this show. And also, Bucky flirting with Sarah is just really funny. And just the interactions between Bucky and Sam's family, I thought was really cool too. It's just cool to see other characters interact with other characters. Of course, that's the best thing about this series, where characters team up. That's the thing about these series, is that's the thing about the MCU. They do a great job of connecting all these characters and interacting with one another, and I love that. And then of course you get the scene where Sam is like training with the shield. Awesome sequence. It almost like when Sam's nephews were running after him, it almost felt like the Rocky montage in Rocky 2, where he was running and all the kids were running behind him. Like, it felt almost like that, but it wasn't like that. But it almost felt like that though. And the stuff that he was doing with the Captain America shield, like, it was funny at times because, you know, and scary because like it literally was like he had to dodge it, and it was like this is intense. And like it's just a really cool sequence. And then sorry about that. And then the scene with Bucky and Zemo, that's a pretty cool sequence because it leads, of course, Bucky was gonna kill Zemo. He didn't. He clocked it, and all the bullets just dropped down, as a shot we've seen in the trailers many, many times. And then the Wakandans take him away, and then he says, "We will put him in the raft from Civil War, where Captain America, where Steve's team was kept. You know, when they broke the law of the Sokovia Accords." But then Bucky said, "I need another favor from you." And then Bucky brings this case for Sam, and then at the end of the episode, he opens it. Obviously, it doesn't reveal what it is, but my prediction is, will it actually be a 21st century Captain America suit? Like the suit that Captain America, Steve Rogers, has been wearing for years since, like, Winter Soldier and Avengers Age, like, since Captain America, the Winter Soldier and Avengers Age of Ultron. Will Sam Wilson don that type of suit? I don't know. I want him to. And, well, obviously it's a Wakanda, so I don't know if it's going to be the suit that he used in Infinity War. I've been hearing a lot of speculations about that, but I'm very excited to see if he's going to use that suit and that shield to go fight the Flag Smashers. I'm just very excited for that. And then, of course, we actually get our first post-credit scene of the entire series. We get a scene where John Walker is, I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he's building like his own shield, which I actually thought was pretty cool. And if you've seen some of the shots in the recent trailers that they put out for Episode 5, it shows you like Captain America, John Walker has a new shield, and it looks different from the shield that we've seen that he's worn, that he's held. So maybe it's the same design, except with little touches added. So maybe it will have that laser, that lightsaber thing, that sharp edge part. I don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe it's gonna be like that technological shield that we've seen in like Avengers games or something. That's gonna be very cool to see, but yeah. So that's everything I loved about this episode. With that said, let's move on to the bad. So for me, I wouldn't say that there's many problems with this episode, but for me, I would say that this is my least favorite of the series so far. Like, this is actually a little bit of a spoiler for my ranking. that I'm gonna do next week when the finale hits. But my favorite episode so far is episode 1. Second favorite episode, episode 4. Third favorite episode, episode 3. Fourth favorite one, episode 2, and then episode 5 is the number 5 because even though the character stuff and really just the action, of course, is great. Well, to be honest, there's not really any action in this episode besides the John Walker and Falcon and Bucky fight. That's it. There's not really any action. It's mostly just character-based and basically going back to the same roots of episode 1. But the problem with that is that there's not enough. I feel like it could have had a lot more action than it could have done. So even though I love the character stuff, with the not much action and it just focusing on characters, that's what I feel like. And also, I felt like there could have been something. I feel like there could have been scenes added in this movie. Well, not movie. I mean episode. I feel like there could have been scenes that could have been longer to continue things. Like when Torres and Sam go back to meet up, and they're talking about Carly Morgenthau. Yeah, they make that scene too. There's a couple scenes in there. There's a couple lines in there that I feel like could have gone a little bit longer, but I don't know. This episode is not like my favorite of them so far, but it's still a very good episode, a very watchable one. Character stuff is fantastic. That action sequence at the beginning with John Walker, Falcon, and Bucky is fantastic, but I just wish there was a couple more scenes, and I kind of wish it was a little bit more exciting, and I wish the results we kind of got were a little bit more exciting. So that's my thoughts on episode 5 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Truth. So before I give you my score, be sure to tell me down below, what do you guys think about the new episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? And are you right there in between? I want to get some nice discussions going. So with that said, let's get started talking about those scores. Alright, so that is it for my Falcon and the Winter Soldier review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6 and my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my About section so you can follow me on those streaming services. Follow me on my social medias. Also, I'm on Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel6. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.